The year was 2002. I was traveling on business, and I was in a hotel room, and I got a phone call from my sister Jane, and she said, "Have you heard from Amy?" Now, Amy was our baby sister, 5 years younger than I am. She'd been living for about half a year with this man named Ron Ball. And I said to my sister, "No, what's up?" And Jane said, "I just got a call from her job. She hasn't been in 3 days." And I looked around the room, absolutely frantic, and I said, "He killed her. That bastard killed her." And Jane said, "I know, but we can't think that yet." And she was right, we couldn't think that yet, because to think that would make it impossible for us to put one foot in front of the other. For weeks, my family waited. The sheriff's department went out on jet skis and looked for Amy in the river. They whipped up and down alleys. Our family put up posters all over the city until when you drove down the streets, all you could see is, "Have you seen Amy? Have you seen Amy? Have you seen Amy?" The TV cameras followed us, those big eyes in the sky, were everywhere we went, and we wanted privacy. There were helicopters, there were search dogs. My sister's employee let her entire floor off work to go searching one day. It went on for weeks. Eventually, we had to go home. We couldn't find Amy. But in the process, we found a letter. And this letter was taped to the inside of her desk drawer, and it was addressed to the local sheriff's department. And it said, "If I am missing or dead, pick up Ron Ball." The letter was addressed, it was dated 10 weeks earlier. So for 10 weeks, Amy had been scared, and for 10 weeks, she hadn't told anybody. We talked about music and politics and my kids, but we never talked about her fear, and we never talked about what I was thinking, which was that this was a bad man. One day I called, and he said I kicked her out. Well, it was her house. Another time I called, and he said I chopped her up and buried her in the backyard. And then he laughed and said, "Nah, she's just at the grocery store." I knew she wasn't going out with her friends anymore. I knew she had canceled visits with the family. I knew that she had given him thousands and thousands of dollars. And yet I didn't say anything. It was a Monday when my mom called. "They found Amy," she said. And I knew that they hadn't found Amy. They hadn't found my laughing, loving sister. What they had found was a body wrapped in a painter's tarp, tied with speaker wire, and buried at a construction site.